Lessons. Welcome to
The Silly History Boys Show!
Come gather ye friends round your flickering campfires and listen to tales of gods, monsters, and hurried copying and pasting from the worn pages of history. Set aside thine Saturday night Zoom quiz fatigue, and hearken ye well to the voices of your storytellers.
I'm Tombo, historical hottie, quads like a god, born to play Thor.
Hooray for lying! My name is Bob Bob, standing my brains out for this one.
I am the Pear Bear, and I'm insanely jacked up to be part of this Thor Trilogy. Thor Trilogy, if you will.
And I'm Uncle Bilbo. And please, shut up.
Never! For this is a tale of bad manners, anger, and mighty combat.
Let's crack on then. I've got my sandals on, my helmet with little wings fixed in place.
Oh, I didn't realise folks were getting dressed up for the audition process.
I am Thor, god of thunder, protector of mankind.
Ooh, oh God, he's good, isn't he? That kind of lessens the blow. He's just like the graphic novel film thing.
Graphic, eh? We're going there already due to our terrible ratings, eh? Well, I'll get naked on your command. Just
What?
say the word.
No! Incidentally, what's the word so that folks make sure you're never accidentally triggered?
Oh, there are loads. Great show. You guys are really good. Can we have you back? Here's your money. I'll give you $1 million to sleep.
Silence!
I like words.
Well, that was just great, fellas. Now, if I'm honest, I'm still yet to write my questions for Saturday's Zoom quiz. So can you tell me, whom shall I be playing?
You, my friend, shall play the foul stone giant, Hrungnir.
Why am I always the giant?
Because of the two of us, I'm clearly the most godlike.
I hate you so much.
Good! That means you're getting into character. Now then, our tale begins at the gates of Asgard, city of the gods.
And what a beautiful and mighty city it is. Asgard. Literal translation, God enclosure.
Sounds like a really high-end zoo, full of attractive, hard-bodied hunks bench-pressing each other.
Do not feed the gods.
Unless it's compliments.
I like your arm muscles.
Brenda, clear my schedule!
Built around the great world tree called Yggdrasil, whose roots spread throughout the 9 realms.
A huge wall surrounds the city, providing protection and order for the gods' way of life. Up to this wall shambles Hrungnir, the foul, evil, ugly.
All right, okay, yes, fine. I don't need this grief, especially not from the little people.
Hrungnir the stone giant approached the city of the gods and demanded entry.
He was met at the gates by a handful of the Aesir, the Viking gods.
Hey, Bragi, get a load of this guy.
Wah wah wee wah!
Indeed, my friend. What an unfortunate specimen.
Big, giant, stinky.
Enough of your sick burns, Bragi, my lad. We all know you have a way with words.
I, Hrungnir, the Fabulous, demand entry to your poxy god city.
So I see his manners are also big, giant, stinky.
Ah, no, Tyr. Mean old Thor's here.
Oh, great. Old One-Eye's trust fund fop. Let diplomacy reign. Thor, me old mucker. Don't worry, I've got this under control. With a little bit of finesse and understanding, I'll handle this poor creature.
Be gone from our city, you horrible giant, or I'll give you a hammering you
great.
won't soon forget.
Well, come on, Bragi, my lad. I'm dying to hear your latest sick beat drop on SoundCloud.
Is this the famous Asgardian hospitality I've heard tell of throughout the 9 realms? To be turned away at the gates?
We don't give hospitality to your sort.
What do you mean by my sort?
Giants! All you ever do is cause trouble and smash things.
That's gigantist. You can't go around saying that sort of thing.
Well, Are you planning on causing trouble? In smishing things?
No.
Very well. You shall be welcomed into Asgard and receive the generous hospitality of the gods. But be warned, you do anything remotely resembling causing trouble, or even the tiniest bit of smashy, and it won't be hospitality you get, it'll be hospital-ity. Get it, ladies? Hospital-ity? You see, the joke is it's because I'm about to batter him so hard with my mighty weapon, you know?
I never realized you were Thor thirsty, almighty one.
Yes, I could do with a refreshing break. Tyr,
Yes, Thor.
have Mr.
Mr. the Fabulous.
have the gates opened for our giant guest.
Yes, Thor. Oh, and your father wants to see you.
Excellent! Is he doing the thing?
I'm sure he will.
Excellent! I love it when he does the thing.
Hello, son, it is I, Odin.
Dad! Come on, man, do the thing!
Oh, son, you're really getting too old for these temper tantrums.
Dad!
Oh, by my good eye. Fine. Hello, son, it is I, Odin. Welsh enough for you?
No, Dad!
By goodness shaft, I have told you before, old Hoppo's not even that Welsh.
Dad!
All right, son, it is I, Odin, innit? I'm Bear, the king of the gods.
Ah, hello, Father. It is I, Thor, your incredibly brave and mature son.
Yes, I'm so very proud of him.
I've just told this smelly giant he could experience our fine Asgardian hospitality, but really, I'm gonna brain him in the pool house.
You shall do no such thing.
Fine, Dad. Gods. I'll use the wit room, okay?
You will not. I have had enough of your tantrums and threats, for I am going to want to retire one day, and when that day comes, I will not leave the throne to a reckless child who lets Asgard fall to rack and ruin because he's busy braining giants in the wet room.
Reckless? But Mjolnir said I'm the coolest god in all the realms.
Mjolnir is a hammer and a terrible judge of character, and we all know it. Right, enough of this nonsense. You will take this Hrungnir fellow to our finest feasting hall.
Ew! Gross! But that's where we eat.
Silence! We will slay the giant with kindness, or failing that, some well-executed choral singing. Do not lose your temper with him, or there will be dire consequences.
You're always threatening dire consequences. I fear no consequences.
Fine! Your second saga on the gigantic screen will be a humdinger with the dark elves that will be remembered for all eternity for being bad.
I'll behave.
Hello! I, Hrungnir, the Fabulous, have been waiting for ages.
Please, my friend, come through to our finest feasting hall.
I've seen finer. And you eat here, you say?
Only when we're hungry. Are you thirsty?
I could drink.
Marcia!
Yes, sir.
A cup of Asgard's finest mead for our giant guest, if you will.
Excellent choice, Mr. Fabulous. Now, this is a delicious, sparkling raspberry mead. It's light and refreshing, the perfect drink for a gentle summer day. Serve this mill in a mason jar with a wedge of lime, a handful of fresh raspberries, and a sprig of mint. It will be a hit at your next barbecue, complementing a rousing game of table football.
It really is the finest mead in all the realms.
Finest mead in all the realms. tastes like someone's fermented pig's armpit sweat, then strained it through a sheet made of bogies.
Now, there's no need to... Ah, poor Varsi. He was our trendiest and hippest of all the gods. The cellar's gonna get a vaping tonight.
I just drank it. Again? Why did I do that? It's like root beer. Terrible. But I can't stop. It really hangs in there. In the back of the throat.
Okay, not the mead then. How about something to eat?
Well, I'm already sceptical, but I am, after all, your valued guest.
Excellent. Andremir!
Right here, sir.
How about a lovely slab of steak, cooked to perfection in the ovens of Asgard, eh?
Of course. While you're waiting, let me bore you with the details. The longissimus dorsi muscles are the long tender muscles that run down either side of the spine of the beast, outside of the ribs, all the way from the neck to the hip. The quality of a steak is related to the amount of work that this muscle gets during the lifetime of the animal. Fortunately for you, we only breed the laziest creatures in Asgard, so the meat is extremely tender, making it an ideal candidate for steak, and also quite expensive, which should give you some of that big, giant energy I'm sure you crave. Wink. Ah ha 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 ha. Yeah, and done.
Is this even steak? Are you sure you haven't set fire to a shoe that's been used to run a marathon by a man who's had his feet surgically replaced with rotting cheddar?
Well, that doesn't even make any sense.
Well, never has my pretentious meat been so violently well done. May you only know the most hard-working and driven of steers from now on. Good day to you, sir.
Andy, please.
I said good day.
Oh, great. That's us having Cajun tofu with experimental onion coulis for the foreseeable.
Oh, hang on. Here comes the aftershock. Oh, it's so bad I think I'm going blind. It's like Thor, the Dark World all over again. The mead was bad enough, but this is even worse. Are you trying to kill me, Thor? Is that it?
I really don't think that you need to.
I just tasted the mead and the steak at the same time. No, I take it back. This is like Thor, the Dark World.
Now you listen up.
Just as Thor was about to lose his temper, he remembered the words of his father, Odin, and that Thor, the Dark World, wasn't actually that bad, and that the giant was just being a troll.
Come on, Thor. Keep it together. Well, I don't know about you, Hrungnir, but I'm beat. Come on, let us find you a bed for the night.
Bedtime already. I heard tales that when you weren't being the god of thunder, you were the god of partying on down. Clearly I shall have to tell all my friends that in fact you are the god of little baby going to bedtime early. An Asgardian goodbye, as we call it back in Jotunheim.
And what a fine saying it is. Now, let us get you to bed, hey?
Thor led Hrungnir to a luxurious set of accommodations, the finest Asgard had to offer to guests.
Is this where I am to sleep? I've seen more welcoming piles of manure.
Right! Outside now! I'm gonna give you Such a hammering!
Aha! I knew it. You are a terrible host. You call that a punch? Lucky old rubbish hammer.
I, as always, am victorious.
I've seen more comprehensive thrashings.
Shut up, giant!
Thor stood victorious over the smashed pieces of the stone giant Hrungnir. But the victory came at a terrible cost. Part of the stone club the giant had been using.
I wasn't using a stone club. I was using cutting barbs.
Shut up! You're dead.
Dead fabulous.
The stone club had shattered into 1,000,000,000,000,000,000 bits, and one of those bits had struck Thor in the head and stuck in his brain. From that date onward, whenever Thor got angry, he also got a really bad headache.
I recommend cutting out wheat or doing hot yoga.
Yes, quite. There's a lesson to be learned here, folks.
Yes, never stick a large piece of stone in your brain.
I'm not entirely certain that's the lesson, but there we go.
We hope you have enjoyed the first part of this Thor trilogy.
Thor Trilogy.
And that it contained enough insulting vocal globe-trotting
And jarring hammer noises.
to keep your demons at bay for one more night.
Until part 2, we have been the Silly History Boys, and we are...
Sorry.
Well, thank you everybody for turning out again in your tens. Oh, I can see my mum. Hi, mum. What's that, sorry? A bubble? What bubble? What? Sorry, can't hear you. Yeah, I'll catch you later, mate. Manners Cost Norse King was written and shuffled forth by the Silly History Boys. Thor was played by Tom Tombo Furmore. The fabulous Hrungnir was played by Will Uncle Bilbo Tristram. Tyr Varsia and narration by Stu the Pear Bear Perry. Bragi, Odin the Allfather, Andromir and narration by Rob Bob Bond. Booing by, well, frankly, who cares? They're dead to us now that we're on our way. Intro music by Rob Lord Fastfinger Tristram. Additional music by Uncle Bilbo. Special tech support thanks to Troy and Ragnarok. And actually, while you're here, if anybody does have young Hemo's number or his agent's deets, that would be great. Tombo will not stop wearing the costume and telling us that we are unworthy. And in truth, he's becoming unmanageable. So just drop us a line at our Facebook page at Silly History Boys. Yeah. I think we got away with that one, lads.
I found that more fun than I thought.